we meet at Rafi Kodjan's place. That's where everybody goes. He has a loft. So, and there's an Armenian girl who's diasporan. Her name is Shushik. She cooks for us every week, and we get together and we give her money. Like, we really support each other. We give Shushik 1,000 or 2,000 dirhams every time she cooks, and so we get together. We're maybe maximum 10 to 12 people. So that's about 20 to 25,000 dirhams for her. She wants to open a restaurant, so we're trying to support her. So this is how we work.
I came here with no work. I sold everything in the States and I moved here. I put you know, my money into the house that we built, my family built, and then I took risk and got involved in, you know, business. I could have came here easily with a salaried job, no problem. Oh. No problem. I could have came here with a salaried job, but I didn't want to do that, so I got involved in a business instead. I wanted to own my business, or own part of a business, and run it, learn it from scratch and run it, and that's exactly what, you know, I've done.
It's very easy to make money here.
What is your experience?
I mean, Western experience. It doesn't matter what I did. I'm a computer programmer, pharmacist, import, export, everything else. But now I'm in the construction development. I knew nothing about development, but this is a country where you can do anything you want.
With the Western knowledge.
Western knowledge.
I started my own business. It's an advertising and marketing agency, and it's been 1.5 years. We're doing well. You know, I'm having fun doing what I do. A lot of companies we work with are the Tufenkians, the Viva Cells, the ADC, Norwegian company, very much non-Armenian. Okay, they come from abroad, they start a business here, they look for an advertising agency that understands them, a marketing company that understands how to do marketing the way they know how marketing should be done.
There are some who come and start a business, again out of emotional considerations, and they pack up and go back, and you never hear from them. You know. One would wish that wasn't the case, but sadly enough it is.
I truly believe that a lot of them want to come here, they want to do business here, they want to do good here. But then again, you have that small percentage that, you know, is here for only one reason, and that's, you know, not for Armenia's interests, but for, you know, other governments' interests. Yes, spies.
There are a lot of people moving away from Armenia, so if we can stop that by really providing more business opportunities in Armenia, that would be a big success.
The business environment is rather hostile. There are people who are trying, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult. People depend a lot of times on contacts, like anywhere else, but especially in this area, the government won't help you. So you're on your own, and this is why it's been very difficult, especially for diasporans who come here. Some of them have successful businesses, and that's a reason for envy, but a lot of them have sour memories.
Another gripe that a lot of people had was, you know, you're not able to do business here in Armenia. First of all, you have to be here to do the business. You can't write a check from abroad and have people run the business for you. You have to learn the business, you have to interact with your employees, and you gotta have hands-on. Those days are over, where people were just writing blank checks to NGOs, or they were just writing blank checks to businesses and having, you know, Araik and Heiko run the business for them, and then 6 months later it was over, it's finished. Yeah. Where's my money? You have to be here. If you have the money, you abide by the rules, because there are rules, and the rules change every day. There's a tax code that changes every day. There are regulations that change every day. You have to have a good accountant and a good lawyer, a decent lawyer, that will be able to work for you and keep up with the laws that are changing every day, because they're changing. It's a growing economy, it's a growing market, it's changing.
I don't think we regret our life here. This is not something that we can say. There are many things we'd like to change, and I think that's what we try to do, is we actually try and push the envelope. And you know, when the service at a restaurant is not nice, we call the waitress and tell her that, you know, had you done this way, we would have been more happy.
I feel there's a lot that needs to be changed in Armenia too. It's going to take time. Like little things, like waiting in line in banks because there's no red lines where people have to wait. I was opening an account at the Converse Bank, and I was at the counter, and I was writing personal information, and I had 7 people at the counter staring at the paper at the same time. So things like that just get on my nerves. Or you're waiting in line to buy bread, and just people cut off in front of you. But these are small things that you learn to deal with. The minute you accept that your life is in Armenia, that's the minute where you have to deal to accept these things. And try to educate. I don't like that word, but try to educate people and say, you know what, it's not possible to do this. You have to wait in line. And sometimes they think you're rude because you're telling them what to do or what you think.
And that's the problem that America has today, which is imposing their will on everyone else and saying it's our way or the highway. And, you know, that's just not going to happen here.
I'm not in a place to tell people what's right, because there's right and wrong, and there's what's right for you and what's wrong for you, and that might be different from what's right or wrong for me.
And then there was a time during these past 4.5 years where we were ready to pack up and leave. We were just frustrated with everything, the people, the harshness, their attitude towards diasporans, their attitude towards non-Armenians, and a lot of racist remarks, a lot of hostile remarks, and just not remarks, I mean attitudes as well.
Do you feel that it's your mission to bring change to Armenia?
I did in the beginning. I thought that's why I was coming. But the more you live here, the more you realize that you need to change a little too. And so I don't think that, even though some things do need to change, and I would like to see those things changed, and I'm working towards it, I also appreciate the change that's happened inside of me. Right?
What change has happened inside of you?
Well, I definitely wasn't very materialistic, but whatever materialism I did have instilled in me has probably left me. In me is now a sense of community and a sense of a common good, because I'm living among my people, and people that need more than fancy cars and you know, the latest designer clothing. So I think I've become more humble, and I think I've become more of a participant in this world.
You know, the country always gives a million times more back than you can ever give to it.
Would you say that road rage has come to Yerevan?
I don't know, it's road rage. Yerevan has its own flavor. It's like, as my friend said, everybody's wired on too much caffeine and nicotine.
People here have complete disregard for the law of the road. And it starts from the simple, you know, horn honk.
Is Danny a good driver?
Yeah. I want him to drive my life. Oh.
And where are we going today?
Going to Garni and Gerhardt. And we may hike as far as Pavutstar from Garni, which is a monastery. It's mostly in ruins, but it's a beautiful place.
There's a lot of garbage out here, isn't there?
It's disgusting. You would think that they at least leave some places alone. But everywhere.
Is it a mindset that can be changed?
I think right now there's just a real disconnect where people aren't thinking of it as a problem. I don't think they even notice it. But I would think it could be changed.